My name's Toby Morrison. I'm the founder of CFS Health Centre. At the age of 16, I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue. Being diagnosed was one of the hardest days I had, actually. To me, basketball was my life back then. I remember going home that night and taking my shoe off, my basketball shoe, and throwing it at the wall. Before I actually was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome, I had glandular fever. From there, I just didn't recover. My main symptom was actually just complete exhaustion to start with. I kept trying to play basketball while I was sick, and I kept, getting bedridden and literally crashing to the point where I couldn't get up out of bed for days on end. I literally lost 15 kilos of muscle within 3 months because I was so bedridden that I actually couldn't move and my muscles deconditioned. I was admitted into hospital in 2004. The specialist at the Royal Children's Hospital had never seen a case as bad as me. Having chronic fatigue was extremely hard on me, not only on me physically and emotionally, but also the fact that my parents were suffering and my whole family was suffering, and I felt extremely guilty and sad that I couldn't get better for them. We tried to literally just get any help we could because we were so desperate to get better. Anywhere from taking 60 Chinese tablets a day, from getting acupuncture to getting massage to talking to psychologists. They were supportive, but at the same time, there was just no cure. And that was probably the hardest thing to take as a 16-year-old, and frustrating. It took a long time to actually realise that no one else could fix me but myself. So my recovery took a long time. It took 4 years. Part of the recovery process was, first of all, accepting that I was sick. It was very hard to actually come to terms with the fact that I couldn't play basketball, I couldn't run, I couldn't go to school, I couldn't hang out with friends. And the day came, I think probably 2.5 years after being diagnosed, that I just realised that I had to stop thinking in such a negative way and actually focus on what I could do today. The 4 key fundamentals that worked for me was getting my sleep right, eating the right food, so working on my nutrition, progressively exercising day in, day out without crashing, and also working on my mindset. And these things I actually never thought were really that important, but to actually deal with it and overcome chronic fatigue, I actually had to learn and educate myself on these 4 components. Physically and emotionally right now, I've never felt better in my life. When people come and see me in my practice now, they look at me and they actually don't believe that I ever had chronic fatigue syndrome in the first place. I had a passion just to find out more about chronic fatigue and find out if I could help more people through my journey and my experience. Over 4 years, I pretty much did my apprenticeship and learnt the ins and outs of the fitness industry and what actually works and what doesn't work. And as time went by, I had meetings after meetings with doctors and specialists, and actually designed this 12-week wellness program, which has now helped hundreds of people recover from chronic fatigue syndrome. The difference between most programs and my programs is the fact that I've actually had chronic fatigue and suffered it, and half the reason why the program is so successful is that I do understand it, I know what they're going through, and I can help them through it. I'm a walking example, and a lot of my patients who have been from my program are a walking example that there is hope and that you can get better from chronic fatigue. So don't give up if you are a parent out there, because it's really important to believe and have hope for your child that they can get better. People ask me now, why aren't I playing basketball or why aren't I playing sport? And it's funny because I actually treat my work as sport. It's something I love to do and it's my passion now. It's definitely overridden basketball or football or anything else. Yes, I like to keep fit, but my main goal in life now is just to help as many people as I can get through their recovery and have their life back again.